Coming at you live in front of King's Landing behind us, the remnants of King's Landing.
The remnants of King's Landing.
Welcome to Tech Yeah Podcast After Show video format.
So everyone's talking about it right now. It's the biggest thing in the world, Game of Thrones. The last season, the last episode is coming next week.
Yeah.
A lot.
We're 6 days away from the end of the whole series.
It's an emotional time. Up top, we're not going to say too many direct spoilers, but if you have not watched it yet, turn it off. Please just turn it off.
How about this? We're going to spoil the last season up to this point of the Games of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Do that, whatever you want. Do with that what you want. I don't think it's going to be ruined for you.
No.
If you choose to watch this, I don't think
no one can ruin the show more than
they've already ruined
it.
And if that's a spoiler to you and you've gone this far, I apologize, but oh my God, this show sucks right now.
I hate this so much.
Oh my God.
It's like they turned it into the Big Bang Theory of Thrones, right? It's just it's the most formulaic, like obvious, like straightforward, poorly written bullshit.
So the other big series has been the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely no spoilers for Endgame, but I felt like that had like a 10-year lead up, which is pretty similar to the Game of Thrones lead up. And that concluded in a way that I don't think anybody was left dissatisfied from.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was an amazing final film. Like, if I ranked it among the Marvel films, it would be high middle or something.
Yeah.
But it was satisfactory. I understood, like, why you understand, like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not a crazy person, right? Like, I understand, like, ending something that's been important to you is difficult and is not going to be everyone's favorite thing. You're never going to make all the right decisions for why it ended the way it did. But I think Marvel did a great job of giving everyone something to really enjoy in the last movie and trying not to be so like disappointing in the way they present it and to continuing to be itself.
That's exactly
movie,
right. Yeah.
Right?
They ended it exactly in character from the rest of the movies. Yeah. And Game of Thrones, it is clear that they ran out of books by this season.
Yeah, even last season the writing was kind of on the wall.
It was shaky. And I listened to a couple of George R.R. Martin interviews lately, and he's a really interesting guy. I think he's like a little bit quirky. I've heard some comments about him that aren't very favorable about like he's not a good writer or he's got just like criticisms of him, but he's a very fascinating guy, at least in the interviews, and his writing and his storytelling is very good. And the basic thing that he said about his book, which he started writing in 92 or something, or came out in 92.
He started writing in 91. It came out in 96, 98.
Okay, so he started right in 91. Okay, fact check. But the main thing that motivated him in how he told stories and the characters and why so many characters he killed off from the very beginning was he would watch these war movies and like the whole crew, like everyone survived. Mm-hmm. They go into war and like all their buddies would survive. Like maybe one guy gets injured and they got to help him through, but like everybody lived. And he goes, and he instinctively knew that that's not how life, nor especially war, works. It's not always a happy ending. There's sometimes stuff happens randomly for no reason, which is why, spoiler alert for Game of Thrones, Ned Stark dies and the Red Wedding happens and, the Battle of the Bastards and you got Theon, all these story arcs. What's her name's aunt, the guy throws her down the circle in the hole in the
circle in the hole,
the circle in the floor.
Oh, the errands.
Yeah.
The moon door.
Yes, the moon door. Like, I mean, all those things where you're just like, and that has been completely removed from this series. I mean, I think all the fans could have written this last season.
I mean, and I guess that's my big take. Like, all of these things that are happening here are like, it's like we sat down at a table and we're like, all right, So who are we gonna kill today? We'll kill the Hound. We'll kill Varys. We'll kill the Cersei, and we'll kill Jaime Lannister. And it's like, well, the Hound hates his brother, so that's how he'll die. Jaime Lannister likes to bone his sister, so that's how he'll die.
Not actually boning, but
They do actually bone.
but they're not
Die
dying while
boning,
they bone.
but like
Yeah.
going back to that relationship. Cersei's full of hubris and never listens, so that's how she'll die. And who else died? Who else was the first example? The Hound, Jaime, Cersei. Oh, Varys loves telling
Varys,
secrets, so those will kill him. And it's just like it's like they took the easiest, like least developed ideas, and we're just like, yeah, let's just play those out real quick. We'll give them each 10 minutes, and that'll be the end of those characters. And it was just so, for a series that has been the primary reason Game of Thrones has been so good is because it's been so smart. You know what I mean? Like, it really made you feel like you were respected as a viewer or a reader because they let you follow along, and like you're like, yeah, I understand what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I get it. This is a lot of stuff's happening, a lot of intrigue, a lot of houses, a lot of names, but I can keep up enough to know what's going on with the story because I am a thinking person.
Well, there was a realism to it where, like George R.R. Martin said, that not everybody survives the war, where you have these characters that were like brilliantly acted, brilliantly casted, which is like the casting on that show to me was one of my favorite things because you like instantly have this feeling for or against certain characters just based off of the performances. Like Robb Stark, like you just kind of liked that guy. Like he was kind of a hard ass and he wasn't as, like cutesy and like everybody loves him as Jon Snow was. What's Lady Stark's name?
The mom?
The mom.
Cat Stark.
Cat, like just portrayed brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you love that character. And a typical TV show that gets casting on a particular character right, they want to keep that character around for as long as possible. Like, because people love this character. We got to find more things for Cat to do. Let's have like a Cat spinoff. Let's have a thing, and have like just I think of every network TV show.
It's like they purposely killed your favorite characters.
Yeah, and they go, okay, we spent so much time, and there's like a morbid satisfaction to this. Like we spent so much time and effort casting the perfect person, and this person played this part so perfectly, and we're gonna kill it.
Yeah, we're gonna love watching you.
We're
watch
gonna
him die.
Murder this character, and we've got guess what? 4 seasons left of this show.
Yeah, like there's such an evil joy. Like I read all the books when they came out, right? And like watching Ned Stark die and watching the Red Wedding with people and having them see it for the first time when like I knew it was coming. Like it's this morbid like oh, like I can't wait for them to see this. Like this is going to cut them to their core. Like it's always the shittiest person killing the best person, right? And it feels so good. But then like Joffrey dies. You know what I mean? And even that is like it's very gratifying and graphic and unexpected. And that stuff is so good. And this last season,
really good.
This last season associated and this plot with Dany going crazy, which is completely obvious, right? And having Tyrion turn into the like, nah, man, we got to make peace. Like, who is this dwarf?
I know.
Like, what is? It's maddening.
It's very maddening. Tibetan monks from House of Cards. Do you remember that when they made the little sand mandala?
No, I didn't watch House of Cards.
You didn't watch House of Cards? So they had these Tibetan monks come into the White House, and they spent I don't know how many days in the show, but it was like days and days where they would make this intricate design.
Yeah, I'm not aware with like
you know
what
I'm talking about, right? And it's just like this ornate design with all sand, and it takes them days and days and days and days of just feverishly going through these ornate designs, and then they just destroy it. And there's like this like therapeutic like we spent so much time building this thing and then we're gonna wreck it, just like probably we did when playing Legos when we were a kid. Like, we build this whole thing like let's destroy it now, and there's like a satisfaction and like a sadness and kind of like a perverse enjoyment that we get out of that is, like I said, so against what TV and movies have been, and really not even movies because it's a finite story in most cases, but for television, a serialized television show, like why would you do what people expect?
Yeah. It's so unrewarding.
It's so unrewarding to switch that.
All right, real quick. What's your predictions for the final episode?
Okay, my prediction, I have
Real quick.
I have an A and B prediction.
Go.
Danny is going to be killed and Jon Stark is going to be on the throne by the end of it. That's going to be our last scenes. We're going to see Jon Snow at the end of it. I think either the dragon is going to turn on Danny because Jon is Egon, or we're going to get Bran warping into the dragon and killing Danny.
Yeah.
But Bran is the most useless character in the show, so I think it's probably going to be Jon cannot be killed by the fire.
Danny's going to die.
Yeah.
I think Arya's going to kill her. Because, especially with that scene at the end of the last episode with the horse.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to make me hate something, have a artsy fartsy scene with the white horse at the end of it.
It was a really pretty episode.
It was honestly, like, my take on the episode was, this writing still sucks, but it was visually stunning.
It was visually, the directing was phenomenal.
It was great. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Visually, especially like when the dragon's behind the gate, blowing it open from the back.
So good.
And it's just like, you just hear it roaring, and it's just like the way the fire came out. Like, I've never seen pyro like that. Like, that looked so cool.
Yeah.
But regardless, I think Arya's going to kill Danny. Just because of that whole scene at the end, like her being, I don't know, the horse lady or something.
Right. Yeah.
And either Jon Snow's going to take over or Jon Snow's going to die and Tyrion's going to be the king.
Oh, okay.
I think that's because I don't know. Like, part of me is like, they have to be setting him up as this like peace-loving dwarf for a reason.
Okay.
But part of me also is like, oh, that was just to contrast Danny. It doesn't matter. This writing sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, what we think's going to happen is going to happen, and that means Jon Snow's going to be king.
Yep.
And Danny's going to die.
And the problem with this last episode is going to be one of these predictions is going to be true, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Like, it's not going to be surprising.
No.
It's
like,
so bad.
I read online somewhere someone said that was going to happen, and it did, and
Yeah.
All right, cool. That was good.
All right, TYPs, give us your predictions in the comments, or watch this.
This is the most clickbaity thing.
Yeah,
ever.
or watch it after the show, and
Yeah,
then tell us what actually happens.
I love this.
And pretend it's your prediction, so you seem really smart.
Yeah, in the podcast we talked about SEO briefly, and this is a perfect example of us.
This is primo SEO right
leveraging
here.
the crap out of SEO. We're gonna say like clickbait Game of Thrones review.
We're gonna say live from King's Landing.
Yeah, live from King's Landing. Tony's gonna spend 40 minutes
live from King's
green
Landing.
screening this.
Our Game of Thrones finale predictions.
Are you gonna green screen? Are you gonna put King's Landing in there?
I might put green. I might just put a solid
or is it just
image.
It's just gonna be skinned Kermit.
No, I put some image back there because that green is so ugly.
Okay.
So it'll be like a solid image of
smoldering King's Landing.
If I can find a good smoldering one.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's cool.
That's it for us. We love you guys. Go to techyeahpodcast.com or techyeah.pizza. They're both go to the same place. And check us out. And that's all I got to say. Love you, TYPs.
Pizza. Techyeah.pizza.
Techyeah.mozzarella. Oh, I wish that was it.
We should have.
Yeah.